Hi everyone, welcome to Life After Coding. Let's grow, succeed, and find a balance together. So today we are here to discuss about how important is it upskilling and learning new things in career to grow beyond what our current situation is. Everyone knows how important it is to learn and how important it is to keep up with the new things. Otherwise, how will be you will be left behind. So in today's video, we will be talking with a guest about how to get certified in AWS. So he is going to tell us about all the things on how to get prepared. What are the tips? What are all different things that we need to look at? So without further ado, let's get started. Why did you initially choose AWS Developer Associate exam?
So initially, as part of my KPA, so I started a AWS certification. So initially, I started with the AWS Associate Developer. So I spent some time on the AWS, developer. So I feel there was so many topics. It is relevant to my current profile since I am working as a data engineering. So completely differentiate my profile. So that's where maybe after I spend 1 month of time, so I didn't spend much time. I didn't get much interest here. So after that, I find the AWS introduced a new certification, the associative data engineering. So then I went through the syllabus and I feel it is more relevant to my current profile. So I don't need to spend too much time on the learning course since it is relevant to my profile. So that's where finally I choose the AWS associate data engineering. So then I started the AWS certification journey.
So both are at associate level only. What is the difference?
Okay, so both are associative levels. The associative developer, it is like a general thing. So there it will cover so many generalized topics. Like a S3 bucket or security related things or EC22 bucket. So it is a kind of general certificate. Anyone can do that. Anyone can try to crack it. So that's where so there it is more or focus on the general topics. But when it comes to the data engineering, so it is specific to the data engineering. Databases or analytical related things and big data related things. So since I am working on the big data related thing, so it will be very relevant to my profile or relevant to my career. So that's where I choose it.
Okay, so do we need any prerequisite to do associate data engineering certificate, or any fresher can do associate data engineering certificate?
Okay, so data engineering, it may not be preferable for freshers. So because of it's a kind of a, specialization certificate. Someone who had already have idea on the AWS topics or who already experience in the big data technologies or data engineering, he can do that because of since it is like a specialized on the data engineering thing. So he can it will be helpful for them
Okay.
if they any freshers they want to do it. In AWS we already have the AWS practitioner, so that is a more relevant to the freshers. So it may not, it don't require any prior knowledge on the AWS or any other thing. So if any fresher want to do AWS certification, it is better to go with the AWS cloud practitioner certification.
Okay, what are all the different kinds of challenges you faced while you completed this certification?
So I difficulty means, okay, in my certification, okay, since as a data engineer we can spend more time on the SQL related or ETL parsing related. We can spend more time on those, but we don't have much idea on the security related things or
Okay.
admin related things. So
Okay.
that's where I feel difficult. In the AWS, in the cloud normally, they will more focus on the security related things.
Okay.
So that's where even we will get some questions on the security related things and IAM related and BPC related. So those since we don't have much idea and even we don't have much aware of it, I feel little bit difficult on the security related things and IAM roles related.
Okay. So basically there was no hands-on on those topics, so we have some.
Yeah, normally any developer or any, I mean even data engineering also it is a kind of developer things and we won't involve on the
Networking side
security
and
or
security.
networking related
Okay,
things.
yeah,
That's where
makes sense.
maybe that is the other side of our side. I mean our normal activities. So that's where I feel little difficult on that.
So what according to you is the ideal time for giving this certification? Like 1 month, 2 month, or like how much time does people need to prepare?
Okay, I mean this data engineering maybe I mean we don't have any that's specific timeless. Maybe it is based on the individual perspective. Someone who already have the expertise in the data engineering thing, maybe we can adapt that quickly and he can complete as soon as possible. Maybe 1 or 2 months. If someone will I mean not having complete idea on all the big data technologies or data engineering things, maybe he need to spend 1 or 2 more months, then I mean it may be it will take around 4 or 5 months. Maybe we don't have any specific timeline. It is like a individual perspective. How much time we can spend on daily. So it is like a completely individual thing. At
So
least for me, I mean it took around 4 or 5 months.
okay, so you completed in a first attempt, or like you had many attempts?
So unfortunately, I completed in the second attempt. Okay.
Okay.
So in my first attempt, I mean without writing exam itself, I got unfortunately I mean it got terminated. I mean because of previously I don't have much idea on the I mean normally AWS will connect by Pearson view.
Okay.
So I didn't spend much time on the what are the rules or guidelines. I mean how it will be. I didn't spend much time. So that will cause my issue for the first time failure. So at the time of documentation, but I didn't take too much serious. I thought it is not a, like anything specific to government exam or something. I thought it is just like they just required address proof. Also, I just uploaded something like a which will have the more clarity. I mean my color xerox, so I uploaded there.
Okay.
But as for the Pearson view guidelines, so if you uploaded any Xerox or any laminated one, it is a kind of a illegal thing.
Okay.
So that's why they just they terminated my exam and they cancelled my schedule. So
So
they do they gave the response. They don't have any refund or reschedule. So then I realized so we need to more focus on the examining pattern also.
okay. So I know that there are two modes. One is online mode. One is at the test center. So which one do you suggest? So going
Yeah,
to.
that's where I mean. So if you in the home environment, if you find any peaceful and if you completely dedicated one room and no one will disturb you, and if you have good internet and camera, no one will disturb. So I think it is it is good to take in home only. If
Okay.
you have any kids or if you can get any disturbance and if you if you power outage or any Wi-Fi issues, so it is more better to go test center.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
so. With that, I think mostly it is better if you go at the test center. I mean, according to me, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me, like, once we completed this certification, what will be the prospects? Like, whatever the hike, like, will we be getting 100% hike kind of things, or like how it will be?
Yeah, there will be no guarantee for any certification. Okay, not only this certification, any certification, there is no guarantee to get 100% hike. If you get 100%, if someone will give guarantee 100% hike, so everyone will do. They are ready. They will be in queue to do this certification. If they someone say 100% hike, I don't think it will give 100%. But anyway, upskilling and reskilling anyway it will give some boosting to the our career. So
Hmm.
somewhere it will be helpful for our career growth. Technical wise as well as it will be helpful in the certification also, because of now some companies are there specifically looking for the only whoever completed certifications on their primary skill. So In that cases, you can get more benefit while clearing the interview, and even you can get the hike also for that.
So how did you? I mean, so in some companies they fund the certification programs, and in some places we do it personally. So like, how is it? Can we get reimbursed from office? Like how?
Yeah, I mean it is a, I mean many companies now they are spending amount to for upskilling because of
Okay,
many clients are they are moving towards the cloud. So I mean many companies even they are spending amount and they are providing vouchers or they are providing the reimbursement. Even
okay,
I have in my company also they are giving around 15K
okay.
for the reimbursement if you completed the
Okay, that's
certification.
really nice. Like,
Yeah.
so how did your preparation go? Like, what are all the resources you went through, and then like if you have done any practice tests, like how did you prepare?
Okay. So initially, when I started, I mean, when I decided to do the certification on the data engineering, so I went through the multiple things. I mean, I searched in the Google or I verified in the LinkedIn. So I went in the Udemy. So Udemy, I went through the multiple courses. So there I mean after going through the all the reviews on the all the courses, so I found Can Frank's I mean the course will be it is like a more detail and it is a crisp and clear. Apart from that, I mean, so even I mean, when I had some discussion with the who already completed and posted their certification on the LinkedIn, so I just had a small conversation and then I got some more tips or some marks tests also. So there again, Davis factory test, I found it is more useful. I mean, preparing the certification is the one thing, and preparing mindset to the examination it is a completely different thing. So normally we'll spend more time on our prior related things or coding things, and that is a completely different thing. But I mean, if you want to, I mean, in the exam we need to sit on 3 hours continuously, and we need to more. I mean, we need to focus our patience. It is a very different thing. So that's where the factory test will be more helpful to get that mindset for the exam. So that Davis factory test will be more helpful. And after that, I mean, while I started this course, I mean, few things it may be a little confusing. So that's where I mean, I mean, then I trying for the, I mean, better to clarify the doubt. So then I identify the AWS documentation. That will be like a destination for any doubts or any clarification, or if you feel somewhere it is like a confusing, because of there it will give the detail I mean documentation for any module. It will give 200 pages or 300 pages. So for every option it will explain detailedly where it will be helpful, when it will be helpful. So that will be more helpful. I mean, if you have time, you can go through the AWS documentation. That will give a complete picture of the any module.
Okay. Mm, so, do you have any tips for someone who want to give the examination? Final tips, like what are all?
Okay, final tips means I think we already discussed many things. Okay, one thing I mean with the Pearson view we need to, I mean we need to take care more. I mean while the documentation or even while you are attending the exam. Okay,
Mm,
you need to switch on the video and you need to switch on the audio. So someone will came in the frame. I mean your children or someone
comes
in
into
the
the frame.
home. If they are in the, I mean someone will enter into the frame, so immediately they will stop the
Stop.
exam.
Okay.
Or even if there is any noises or something, it will be feel, they feel it is abnormal, again they will pass the exam. So we need to create some peaceful environment in the home. If
Okay.
it is not possible, so it is better to go in the test center.
Okay.
And then while choosing the, I mean certification also, which is relevant or which will be helpful your career growth also, which will be more important. Okay, even in the AWS, I mean if you choose the AWS, so even AWS there is, I mean in the AWS site itself they will mention the career path. So you need to start on which certification, and then you need to go, I mean, what is the next and what is next, like that.
Okay.
So at least you need to go through that once. Maybe it will be more helpful which one you need to choose based on your experience or based on your profile.
Okay.
That will be more helpful. And then even, I mean, you need to spend more on the I mean, practice the thing. Even at least I have some basic knowledge, and I mean, I have some experience in the AWS fields. But after I spend around 1 or 2 months of time, so I feel a little, I mean, confusing the things, because of many things it is are relevant, and with a small difference. So until unless if you have good knowledge or good practical experience only, you can differentiate.
Mm.
I mean, if something came in the exam, so you can, I mean, you can identify easily which is the correct option. So for that, I mean, even I have a little exposure on the AWS things. I mean, but I don't have more exposure since my project is different. I mean, not much exposure on the cloud. So that's where I found the Cloud Academy. Okay, so when I mean Cloud Academy, it is a kind of a I mean multi-cloud environment.
Okay.
So there will have the, I mean, courses. I mean, for every certification will have a course. So in the course itself, I mean, that course, I mean, curriculum itself will have the, I mean, theoretical explanation as well as along with the lab. Suppose if you are going through any database topic, so they will explain the databases, I mean, detailedly. Immediately after to the databases, so they will give one scenario, and they will give some lab setup in the real environment. So you can perform that scenario, or if you, I mean, if you do that kind of a POC, so you can get more clarity. So even for me, I mean, I'm not much confident before this. So when I started those labs, so it will give more clarity, I mean, more real time experience. So that will be more helpful. At least you need to, even apart from the Cloud Academy, even you will get in the AWS also, you can get AWS free tier with a 1 year
Mm.
free. So
Okay.
you can go with that. You can get I mean, real experience, and that will be more helpful.
Okay. So let's summarize the discussion. Correct me if I am wrong or anything. So first thing is, whoever want to select a certification, they have to choose the right path, like whether they have to do associate, whether they're
Yes.
data engineering. So based on the role, they have to choose their certification. And if their company is offering any sponsorships or anything, they have to find out so that they can save on money.
Remember.
And then if they are doing from Pearson or anything, so make sure guys, if you are doing from the organization, you have to make sure what are all rules are there, and make sure you are not missing out any rules. So you are giving the right documentation so that you are not stopping yourself from completing the certifications. uh, and then like doing this all will help you in career wise, your knowledge will grow. So those are all the topics. So give lot of preparation, and give lot of tests so that your focus time is increased, and you are not blanking out on the certification day. So I know, like, even if you give 100 tests, you will be very very tensed on the certification day. So take easy things, and then make sure you write it very comfortably, and all the best for whoever is preparing for the certification exams. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We will have all related links in the video description. Please check out the link. Subscribe to our channel Life After Code.